Just a quick IJDM quick take. Did I say quick twice? Well, that's fine. I did fix the hinge with some super glue. It seems to be holding. I had to sand it down where the extra glue was. I gotta figure out somehow to paint just that area and hopefully get something to match the rest of the cover. I really don't want to paint the whole cover, and figure out a few things with that. I did not intend to save this. This was bought purely as a donor laptop. I got it really cheap, and I just wanted the disk drive, and of course I couldn't use that, and I wanted the board out of the keyboard for my other one, my 365 XD. So this laptop was kind of like supposed to be just kind of like whatever, and then resell it as parts. And yeah, it has some issues opening. And okay, my thing is holding so far. I did clean it up, make it look nice. I'm not going to fire it on tonight, but basically where we're at, if you watch the other video, this whole corner got cracked in shipping. It was just dropped or something, and it wasn't really properly packaged. Sorry, whoever sold it to me, it was not at all. These laptops, a quick point, when you ship them and you're selling an old laptop like this, any of these old laptops, you need to make sure that you double bubble wrap them, put them in a box, and then bubble wrap them again, because the plastic, as I've said, is, you know what, it just cracks. It is, you got to be super careful with these things. It's almost like handling a brand new baby. You gotta which is funny because they're not brand new, maybe or maybe not. My plan on the corner is I did order the epoxy from one of them sites. I won't say which one because they're not a sponsor, but it's black epoxy. So my plan is to build a little tape channel here somehow, and there's plenty of space here, and I don't care if it, you know, how it comes out. And I did remount the hard drive best I could, but, or excuse me, the disk drive best I could, but I'm not even sure if, I don't even think this works. Maybe I don't have it connected correctly. I have to check into that, but for now I'm going to just put a barrier here and then try to keep the epoxy from getting to the actual drive, the disk drive unit itself, and try to see if there's something I can do here, and then epoxy it off. And yeah, it'll probably be all bumpy and stuff, and I'll try to smooth it out best I can, then just sand it down, and then if I can find the correct paint to make it look good, and maybe somebody will want this for a collection. It is a dual screen, does have the two dials here, so one's for contrast and one's for brightness, and it doesn't look half bad. It's got the ghosting effect, but it's actually not a bad screen. It does have a little bad something other going on in the middle of the screen, but it's yeah, it's one of those things. It's still fine. It's totally usable, and you can hook it up to an external monitor and be totally fine if you don't have the space for it. So I do intend to hopefully sell this off to somebody that would like it as part of their collection, and one that's been repaired and restored. The only thing I'm probably not going to be able to do is the clip on the one side, which I don't think honestly it's really needed, because I just don't see a way of repurposing that. And no, I'm not going to break this whole thing down and put it in a new case, and I mean, it's just not cost effective at this point. Like I said, it was a donor laptop, but the fact I got it and they didn't know if it ran or not, and it does. The funny part, the easy fix for it, once I hooked it up to the power supply, was just removing the battery, and it powered right up. With the battery in it, it would not power up, but it does play games just fine. It's just, you know, some of the keys don't work, but if I can get it looking good and start getting everything functional, then I'll maybe try to find another keyboard for it, or another PCB. I don't really need the keyboard, I just need the PCB in the back thing. But taking these keyboards apart is just a nightmare. I've tried to show that in my other videos, but just trying to take them apart and doing the video on them is just, it's almost impossible, because it requires the use of like 5 hands, and I only have 2 as far as I know. But that's where we're at with this project. This is the 365E. The 365 XD, as you've seen in other videos that are already posted, is complete, and I'm not going any further with that. I'm happy with it. It works just fine. I'm going to leave it as it is. If I can find a proper floppy mount for it, which I would be the 365X series, not the E series, because this is actually a different type of floppy connector, and a lot of the internal components are different. Even the battery's different, even though it's part of the same series. So it's an interesting thing. And just real quick before I go, I mean, it's missing the back plate, but I mean, all the connectors look just nice and shiny, and I mean, even better than my other one. It's actually in very good condition as far as the connectors go, and that it's physical conditions, you know, a little rough. That's it for now. If you want to subscribe, that's cool. If not, then well, you suck. Just kidding. Now you don't need to subscribe because I'm sure you already have about 300 other subscriptions. So that's it for now. We'll see you next time, and have a great evening, morning, or afternoon.